Hi guys, long time no see. I'm so sorry. I know I haven't been making any videos lately and I'm so sorry, but I've been really busy in school. As you guys know, this is my first semester at a university taking only majors courses, so my schedule has been completely nuts. But I will try to film a few videos and upload them just to keep you guys updated and stuff like that. So the video I'm going to do for you today is going to be a high school tips video. So the first thing that I wanted to say was that if you're in high school and you're actually been looking for study tips videos or looking at anything academic, that you're being proactive, and that is amazing. No one can give you that drive to be motivated towards education because it is difficult, and if you have it, stick along with it. I know it gets hard at times, but it's nothing that you can't overcome or you can't achieve. So that's my first little bit that I wanted to say. But the most important thing, or one of the most important things that I would say, would be school attendance. It's really important for you guys to show up to school. There's several reasons for it, besides the fact that if you don't show up to class, there's no way you would know what's going on. You can't turn in your homework if you don't show up. You can't really do anything if you're not going to school. So that would be the first thing. The second thing would be that attendance is just one of those things that once you get used to being in school all the time, it's just a routine that you have. In college, I feel like a lot of students have a hard time with that transition. If your attendance wasn't that great in high school, then you think you can kind of slack off in college, and it's not really like that. In college, I'm always in school, always, unless I'm like dying or completely sick and cannot get myself out of bed, then I don't show up to class, but usually I'm almost always there. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. Attendance is really important. So I live in California, and we're having trouble with budget cuts and education programs getting cut. So it's also really important that students show up to school, because that's how some schools get funded. You show up and the school actually gets money for you attending. So if you don't show up, your school isn't getting that money. You're not going to get the best education that they can provide for you. So it's really important for you to do your mini part by showing up and supporting your school. So the second thing I would say would be to do your homework. Doing your homework is super important. It serves several purposes. So the first one is that homework really helps you, and it's another way to study. I know with math, the only way to get better with math is kind of to work through the problems and figure out where you're getting stuck and solve them through. Practice with math is just one of those things that's only going to make you better. The more different kind of problems that you do within the same section, the better you're going to get at them. Another subject that's like that is English. If you're not used to writing or you don't write often, you're not going to be a good writer because you're not having that practice. So I know that in high school they give you guys a lot of homework, and I do recognize that you guys get a ton of assignments compared to maybe a college student who doesn't get as many assignments, but they're more weighed. And what I mean with that is that usually, sometimes a college student will only have 4 assignments for one class. That means that if they mess up on one assignment, a fourth of their grade is pretty much shot. Like, there's no way you can get that back. Versus in high school, they give you guys a lot of assignments, and that kind of cushions your grade. It gives you an opportunity to get a lot of points, so that if maybe you don't do so well on a test or something like that, you still have all of those homework points to kind of support your grade. So that's really important. And if you're not a great test taker, don't worry. I'm actually working on a video about test taking tips. So that's what's important about homework. And then the third thing that I would say would be to make sure that you develop sleeping habits. So with sleeping habits, I mean like a sleep schedule, setting up areas where you study versus where you sleep, not watching TV in bed, stuff like that. I will make a video that will go into more detail. But developing good sleeping habits is essential. If you have bad sleeping habits, you will carry them to college, to university, into your adulthood. It's just one of those things that once you have bad sleeping habits, they're really hard to break. I'm in college and I don't get enough sleep. Obviously, I actually looked like the dead a couple of days ago. I had bags like halfway down my cheeks, I think. And it's just one of those things, you know. I try to sleep, and I try to not watch TV in bed, so that when I lay down, as soon as I hit that bed, I go straight to sleep and I get the best sleep that I can within that time restriction that I have. So it's really important that you guys really get into the habit of sleeping and sleeping on time, having a sleep schedule. That's why they tell you it's really important for you to sleep before tests, stuff like that, because sleep is really, really important for you guys, especially since you're still young and you're still growing and your brain is still developing all the way. So sleep is super important for you. The other thing that I would say is that if you're thinking about a future in an academic setting like a junior college or a vocational school or a university, you should stick out through high school. So I know that a lot of universities do not accept a GED certification. There's some that do, but there's some that don't. So if you're thinking about dropping out, getting your GED, maybe to do it faster and then go to a university, please make sure that that university does accept the certification first. Otherwise, they're going to make you go back and get your high school diploma. I actually have a friend who had to do that, and she was already done with her first 2 years of college and had to go back and get her high school diploma, and it took her another 2 years. So you don't want to waste time if you're actually dropping out to save time. The other thing that I would say about that is that if you are considering dropping out and you want to go back to school in the near future to get your diploma or something like that, please know that if you do drop out and you do end up going to adult ed, it does take longer. It does take longer than it would if you were in high school. So just, I guess, keep that in mind. My sister didn't finish on time, and she ended up going to adult ed, and she's still trying to finish her high school diploma. And that was, again, a choice that she made. And, you know, they can't force you guys to go to school, and I understand that. But now, you know, she kind of regrets it. It is hard. It's a lot harder, and it's a lot more time consuming. So just keep that in mind. So for the rest of you that are in high school and are like, well, I don't know what I want to be, I don't know what my career choice is, blah, 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 I would say not to stress out about it, but you should make up your mind whether you do want to go to a university or you're going to go to a junior college. Because if you're going to go straight to a university, apply to somewhere like UCLA, Berkeley, Columbia, Stanford, Yale, wherever you want to go. Please keep in mind that they are going to look at all of your grades from your freshman year. Before, they used to let you slack off your freshman year and they wouldn't grade you too hard on that, but now they do, because there's such an influx of students going into the academic setting that universities can afford to be a little bit more picky. So not only do they want you to have good grades, or reasonably good grades I should say, they want you to be involved. So community service, doing art, being in cheerleading, leadership classes, whatever. They want to make sure that you're going to be involved and that you're going to be an asset to their school as well. So again, I wouldn't stress too much about career choice, but I would start to focus on whether you do want to go to a university or you're going to go to junior college, or maybe you're not going to pursue that level of academia. So besides that, I would say enjoy high school. I know high school personally for me was just one of those times where I really got to be creative and to do a lot of things that I wanted. I was in choir, I played an instrument for many, many years, I did art and ceramics and stuff like that, and I was really given the opportunity to just get to be creative. I love art and I love singing and I love being in choir and stuff like that, but the fact is that I just don't have that time now. I go to school and I just don't have time to do all those things, but high school allowed me the opportunity to do them and to test them out. So it was great. So I know high school can be difficult for some of you, and I'm really, really sorry. I wish I could give you guys tips on how to survive high school, but I feel like we all cope with high school slightly different. There's people that love high school and had an amazing experience, like my husband. He just loved high school and did a whole bunch of stuff. And with me, I was kind of 50-50. Sometimes I liked it, sometimes I didn't, I guess. But I still got through and graduated. So I guess if you're not having fun in high school, just know that there's something out there after. There's college and university, which is a completely different experience. And if you are having fun in high school, then enjoy it to the fullest, because that's the only time that you're ever gonna have to be there. So I hope my tips were helpful. If you guys have any specific questions, just feel free to let me know and I'll answer them right away. So I'll see you guys soon, and bye.